Hello everybody, in this video we'll continue our journey to be certified as a professional cloud security engineer from Google Cloud, and we'll discuss the module Identity and Access Management. So let's start. IAM mean who can do what on which resources, and we have many IAM objects which can be classified in two groups. The first group, which contain organization, folders, project, resources, which represent the resource hierarchy. The second group, which is the IAM policy, contains members and roles. If we look to this diagram, we can start by the upper node, which is the organization node. So if an organization wants to use Google Cloud resources, it can start by creating an organization node and then put some folder nodes inside this organization node. Maybe our organization have many departments, so each department can have its own folder, and also maybe the workload of the organization can be divided into production environment, staging, testing, and so on. So we can also use folders to divide resources by the environment. And the folder can have another folder and can have project as well. So maybe for some organization we have many folders for the department, and for each department it may have subfolders including the different environment of the workload. Here we have projects. Projects are very important because as individual we can go to Google Cloud and creating project directly without folders and organization node. Projects are important because we can't use any resources such as a VM instance, a web subtopic, cloud storage bucket without project, but we can use resources without folders and organization. Project also important because it allows us to manage the billing for our resources, and we can also use resource manager, which allow us by API to manage the resource containers. If we speak about the IAM policy, we can start by know what is the IAM policy. So I will go to the Google Cloud console and activating the Cloud Shell and writing a command to know the policy used in our project. I just will add the project ID. So this is the policy, which is a binding between members and rules. So it's a list of binding members. This is a member that has this rule, and so on. For some cases we can see there are more than member in the binding. Actually in this case there are two members that have a specific role here. Okay, so member can have service account. As we can see, they can be users, they can be groups, they can be cloud identity or work space domain. We'll discuss all of these options. We can return here to the policy, and we can see the policy is inherited from the upper node to the lower node. What does it mean? If we assign to some member a privilege on the organization node, this means this user will have this privilege in all the resources under the organization node. But if we give, for example, a user Y a privilege on department Y, in this case it will have this privilege for all resources inside department Y, but this user Y can't access any resources in department X. And if we give to user Z privilege on the project, this project, so user Z will have privilege for all resources inside this project, but can't access the resources in other project. Now we can speak about service account as a type of members. So if we go to Google Cloud and go to Identity and Access Management, we can click on IAM and service account. First type of member are the normal users. Normal users are users like us. We can go here and grant access to new principal. Just I will add the email of this user and assign a role. Okay. Also, we can go here and create a new service account. I will name it demo service account and choose a specific privilege to it, such as I will go to the Google Cloud Storage and assign the object admin, and I will click done. Maybe we ask why we need service account. Let's go here. What if we have a software installed on a VM, a compute instance on Google Cloud? This software want to access cloud storage packets. Okay, this is not a normal user when to authenticate and authorize to a Google Cloud resources, but this is a machine to machine. So machine to machine to authentication. So in this case, we will use service account. We'll create a service account as our identity, and then assign to this service account a rule such as the storage object viewer or the storage object admin, as we did. And then from this compute instance, we will use the service account. So the software installed on this compute instance will have access to the Google Cloud Storage. We can go here and from compute engine, I will go to VM instance. I will create a new VM instance, and after creating while we are creating the VM instance, I will choose the service account that are here. I will the demo service account that we just created. So in this case, the software installed in this VM will have access to the Google Cloud Storage, specifically the object, the rule that we give to the service account. And we can also, if we go to the service account, this is the one we have created, the demo service account, we can manage keys. We have the option here to upload a key by ourselves. What does it mean? We can create a private and public key and then upload the public key certificate or the public key to Google Cloud. So in this case, we will be responsible about the security of the private key, and Google will only have the public key. Why we may do something like that? Maybe we have a software installed outside Google Cloud, and we want this software to access the Google Cloud Storage. So we can create a key and manage it by ourselves, okay, and the private part, and upload the public part here. We can also mention something. We can also, instead of uploading the key by ourselves, we can also download the key. So Google will allow us to download the key and use this key maybe outside Google Cloud. Okay. In our case, if we are like here, when this software will also deployed on Google Cloud, we don't need to upload or create a new key and download it. If I click here, I will download this key. So let's continue. It's asking me to download it. So let's continue. We have here two types of service account: Google Managed Service Account and User Managed Service Account. For the rules that will be binded to members, we have three types: basic, predefined, and custom. For basic, we have viewer rule, which give a view access on all resources on the project, and also we have the editor rule, which give the viewer rule plus the editing access, which allow you to create any services, manage any software, deploy to Google Cloud, and so on. And there is also the owner rule, which have the editor privilege and also can manage members, so it can add new member and gives them the editor or viewer rule, and also it can delete the project itself, and it can give it for the member any rule the owner want. And also we have a fourth basic rule, the billing admin, which will manage the billing and also can manage the user, some user to help in managing the billing. After that, Google makes the predefined rule, which are a job function. So if we have an employee in our organization that will be responsible about managing VMs, we can give them the instance admin. And this instance admin rule will have a lot of permission, such as listing all VMs, getting information about VM, starting or stopping the VM, or even deleting it. Also, Google give us the ability to use custom rule. In this case, we are creating the rule by ourselves and specify the permission that we need. Why this is done? Because maybe in some cases, if you specify or choose some predefined rule, it can give a lot of permission that are not needed to a specific employee in your organization. So according to the principle of least privilege, in this case you can create a custom rule and give only the permission needed for your employee. I just want to mention something here. Here we are in the admin console, and in the admin console we use cloud identity. So one type of managing identity and access management is to give access to all users in a specific domain. So in a specific domain we have a lot of users, we can give bind the IAM rule to all the users in a specific domain. Also, it's preferred, and from security best practice, to assign rule to groups. Here we have some groups, and each group contains some member. We can add new members, and it's preferred to add rules to groups instead of user, because it's a security best practice. I hope this helped you in your journey to be certified from Google Cloud as security engineer. Thank you very much, and hope to see you soon.